Huddle is brought to you by Canadians Destination Centre Fort Garry, Tavern United Fort Garry, a new World Sports Pub. Watch your favorite games on 2 brand new 70-inch monitors on our patio located at 1824 Pembina Highway in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
The opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of the station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Huddle. It's another week of sensational football action. My guest co-host this week is Ron East, the Executive Director of Football Manitoba. Yeah, wave.
Should we tell them all why I'm here today instead of John Mackey?
We have to do that.
Well, we have a great announcement. John Mackey had his baby boy on the weekend, on Saturday.
No, Nicole had the baby boy.
Well, Nicole had the baby boy, and John was there for assistance.
Yes.
So John Bo Mackey the Fourth was born. That's why John's not here today. He's taking care of his little boy. So we're excited for him.
Congratulations to John, and good for him.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Another quarterback is born.
Another quarterback has come to us. We've got some interesting people on the show today. Rick Hankowicz, the commissioner of the Manitoba High School Football League, is here to talk about facilities and how difficult it was to come up with a schedule because of the location and the rules for Investors Group Field.
Well, it was the same for us. We're trying to schedule Red River Cup or a championship weekend for that matter. It's a whole new system of how you book the field now, and it's very complicated. And you know, anytime there's lots of bureaucracy. My father always said it's like chicken soup. You've got so much fat on the top. By the time you actually get to the soup, you know, there's not much left. So.
Ouch, that's a shot. We've got Izzy Adonijay. About 6 to 8 minutes of Izzy from his camp. Izzy's kids camp back at the University of Manitoba. It's always good to see Izzy.
Absolutely,
I
great
think
guy.
Arguably the greatest football player ever to come out of Manitoba.
Absolutely, bar none.
To the National Football League, 10 seasons already in the NFL. We've got real fun. Marnie Danzinger's coming in with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Really?
The Winnipeg Blue Bombers flag football team. It's a girls' flag football team.
The better bomber team, you know. Okay.
Ooh, the 13-year-olds, wow. They're 13-year-olds. They're terrific. We're going to start our first segment of summer segments on the Blue Bombers flag team. These young ladies are outstanding, and I am looking so forward to our first segment because we're going to get a cheer today.
A cheer.
An official cheer.
Love it.
We've got our rifle segment. Our weekly rifle segment is on.
Absolutely.
And Patty Echo Davis from the Manitoba Fearless is with us this week. Patty tore up her knee in the final game of the season.
Yeah, but she'll be back. She's a trooper.
Yeah, but here's the problem, and this is what I'm going to talk to Patty about. Women's football is really tough.
It is.
It's really hard-nosed, tough stuff. So before you go out and challenge these women to a game of football, make sure you're ready and you're in shape and ready to go.
Absolutely.
Because it's a tough game. We're going to have all that today when we come back. This is The Huddle. It's community created on Shaw TV. Stay with us.
Kidney disease affects an estimated 2 million Canadians. Many don't even know they have it. But thanks to the Kidney Foundation of Canada's innovative programs and vital research, countless people have been able to turn to us to help them manage, delay, and in some cases even prevent the disease. We're the Kidney Foundation of Canada. Please support us. We're behind you all the way.
Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor, Rick Hankowicz. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time Rick, the commissioner of the Manitoba High School Football League, was on the show, we talked about issues that were facing high school football. One of those issues, and for an odd reason actually, was basically the location of Investors Group Field.
Exactly.
The difficulty to get to it for the North End schools especially.
Right.
And schools from the West End and from...
the Elmwood area.
You're no longer in the center anymore.
Right.
You're now located in the far south end of the city. Since then, there have been more issues about facilities, places to play, and you still don't have a schedule yet.
No, we've been going back and forth trying to get this schedule finalized, but part of the problem, and things just sort of kept coming out of the woodwork on us this year. Investors Group has got, whereas the old stadium, they had a 24-hour freeze on the field before a Bomber game. Right. We now have a 72-hour freeze on the field. Wow. We didn't know this. So when we were sitting there and doing the schedule, we based everything on the 24-hour freeze. And when we submitted the schedule, and we'd called Football Manitoba, who'd called Bomber office, and there was some miscommunication. miscommunication, misinterpretation, however you want to word it. It was a mess, but not an intentional thing. It just happened. So that was the start of the problems, was that we couldn't get into IG Field for some of the games. Then we were trying to look at the Bison's practice facility because it's got the lines and the poles.
And it's a pretty nice facility.
It's a pretty nice facility, exactly. Well, that's pretty much booked solid.
Right.
So now we've been sitting scrambling, and now we're trying to find facilities. We've really, I think we're overutilizing East Side.
Yeah, probably.
We have no choice, and the East Side people have been absolutely dynamite. In
They are. They're
accommodating
wonderful,
us.
aren't they?
Yeah, Ian Brown and Gord Robertson, those guys have been absolutely amazing. So they've accommodated us on quite a bit. But we've been sitting and meeting with some of the superintendents and everything else, saying, you're redoing these fields, you're doing this, you're doing that. We need to get lights up.
Right. Exactly.
So and that's the issue, because right now we have East Side, and the way it's standing right now, we will be going into the third week of October, that week 6, October 7th.
No, there are lights coming into Vincent Massey.
I understand there will be.
Yeah, so that's a start.
That's a start,
another field.
but I don't know if we'll have that this year.
Right.
So we're kind of stuck on that. So we're going to be playing a lot of games starting at 4 o'clock now, and that's a tough situation because the referees only have eight crews.
Right.
So we've been very cognizant of the 8 crews also. And
people tend to forget that you can schedule a game anytime you want, but if there's no officials, you can't play it.
You can't play it, exactly. So, and honestly, Bob Madams, Dale Jacobson have been great.
Yeah, I don't doubt everybody's trying as hard as they can, but people have to go to work too.
People have to work, and everybody's been working around different issues. We're finally, I'm hoping to finalize tonight and release a schedule tomorrow.
Oh, that's still this week. That's great.
Yeah, because I've got 2 school divisions who've asked for the schedule. They actually asked for it last week, and we thought we had it. We actually thought we had it. We were pretty happy, and doing the happy dance, and but that really changed to Margaritaville.
But anyway, it looks like you're going to get it done. But facilities are still an issue for you.
They're still an issue, and the problem is that I started doing some of the homework, and it goes back, you remember the Velodrome. I mean, the Velodrome was a great facility, controlled by Winnipeg Enterprises. Winnipeg Enterprises sold it off, met with the high school league at that time, which was only 12 teams.
Right.
Not an issue. Playing the games, and from the high school perspective, I mean, this is great. Kids get to play in the stadium and everything else. This is awesome. As our league grew,
and it grew rapidly.
It grew rapidly.
And at different divisions.
In different divisions, we've had to look at different avenues. Now, so when Investors Group came in, with the new field, I don't think anybody talked to us.
No, I don't think they did. I don't think they said a word to you.
They didn't say a word to us, and so now we're 2 years behind the curve.
Right.
And that's hurting us right now. So playing catch up in this situation is very, very difficult.
But the best news is this week at some point you're going to have a schedule.
Yes.
And so you're going to be able to actually play the games.
We can play the games
in the Potter and the Vidrick and all of the divisions.
And you're
going to have a season.
We're going to have a season, and I got to tell you, the one thing I did differently this year was in the past, the commissioner sat down at his table and kind of filled in the blanks on the schedule and everything. We brought guys in from every division.
Right.
We sat at St. Paul's High School for 6 hours. And we started.
It's a lot more difficult than people think, isn't it?
And we started hammering out the schedule, and when you got to look at all those avenues of when do the Bombers play, when do the Bisons play? Because now you see that's the second avenue. The Bisons also played Investors Group,
but they don't get a 72-hour window, do they?
No. Not as far as we know, but
but you are going to have a schedule this week. We can announce it. There will be a schedule.
We can announce it. That's
Rick,
right.
you have just done the job. 6 minutes. We're already into it. Time to go.
Time to go.
We got to bring you on in a couple weeks.
All right.
Talk about more stuff because we've got more stuff to talk about. Rick Hankowicz, the commissioner of the Winnipeg High School Football League, and yes, there will be a schedule this week. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
When we come back, we've got lots more. This is the Huddle, community created on Shaw TV.
I'm Kristen Withos from Transcona Nationals Cheerleading, and you're watching The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV.
The Huddle is brought to you by Canadians Destination Centre Fort Garry, Tavern United Fort Garry, a new World Sports Cup. Watch your favorite games on 2 brand new 70-inch monitors on our patio located at 1824 Pembina Highway in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Are you ready? Yeah! Are you ready? Yeah!
at the Winnipeg Soccer Complex, where Israel Adonijah is about to hold his annual camp for kids. Tell us a little bit about the camp, how it started, and why you come back and do this every year.
Yeah, this is our 7th annual All-Star football camp we do here in Winnipeg, and it's just really an opportunity to connect with the kids in the community and send the message of how special they are. And for me, sport has always been a microcosm of real life. You know, so today on this field, give 110%. Work hard. You're gonna fall. You know, you're gonna drop the ball. You're gonna be challenged, but give everything you have, work through the adversity, and you'll be successful. And all those principles apply to the lives of these children as well. Life is hard, life is challenging, there's going to be ups and downs, but keep positive, work hard, and have fun, and at the end of the day, we'll be successful. So that's the message at the core of the day, and just an opportunity to have fun. We have some special opportunities for the kids here today, and you know, just a great day to connect with the community.
Before I talk about football, I would remiss if we didn't talk about the Israel Adonijah Foundation. Tell us how it's going, how long it's been around, and what are you doing these days? Yeah, things have been really great with the organization, and for me, I'm just a part of an incredible team that allows us to do the work. Here in Winnipeg, we have a tremendous amount of support, both individually and from corporations that allow us to do this work. And at the end of the day, we do the 2 camps. One in Chicago, we had 280 kids. Here in Winnipeg, we have 150 children. And we're in Africa every year. We've just built a clinic. We have a community that we support there. And in Chicago, we have an after-school program we do Monday through Friday. We have a center, Izzy's Kids, the Kids Zone, where the kids come in 4 to 7, the first hour, some free time. Then they do homework, help, and then we touch on our 5 core principles of what we work with as an organization: self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, responsible decision-making, and effective communication. That every kid knows who they are, they know how they fit in our community, they have a plan for their lives, that they make the right decisions every day, and they can communicate with the world. That's what we work to do. You've run a kids program in Winnipeg that's been very successful as well, too. Yes, so we had a great partnership with a school here in Winnipeg, and we're able to impact and connect with the kids there. We're now looking to kind of change that program a little bit, but really to do the same things that we've done, take our 5 core principles and apply it to the impact of the kids in the community. So we're kind of restructuring that now at this point. Now, a lot of younger people might not know the story of Israel Adonijah, who came out of Brandon, Manitoba, and got to the National Football League. Let's go back in time a little bit and talk about the days when you thought you were going to be Michael Jordan. Right. How did you end up going from basketball to football? Yeah, you know what? I didn't start playing football until I was 17 years old, and I was in Brandon, Manitoba, and I ran a program at the YMCA, the youth leadership program, and my boss at that program came to my high school to start coaching football our inaugural year, and he wanted me to play. I said, "Was that Kevin Grindy?" Kevin Grindy, yeah. So Coach Grindy was not only a great friend, a great mentor, but he's the reason why I started playing football, and he convinced me to go out and play. Now, people forget you started out as a stand-up rush end on a 9-man team, right? Right. Yeah, 9-man. I, was coming off the edge, and Coach was the one that kind of made that all happen. And after that, I thought nothing of it. He called my mother, said, "You need to get him to try out for the provincials." He convinced her, and I did not want to play. And he said, and my mother said, "Well, whether you like it or not, you're going to go to this practice in Winnipeg because your coach thinks that you have the ability." And he called and he already had me a spot for the tryout and everything. So against my will, 2.5 hours, we drove from Brandon to Winnipeg, and it was I got here and I competed and I ended up making the team. And then a guy named Brian Dobie showed up and thought you could play at the University of Manitoba, but not basketball. Right, yeah. So, Coach Dobie was actually at that first practice, and I was fortunate to get an opportunity to play for the University of Manitoba. I played 5 years here at the U of M, and yeah, no basketball. It was just football, and it was a great experience. But when you talk about your 5 core principles, you didn't start when you showed up at the U of M. You had to basically learn how to play college football. Yeah, my football knowledge and my football IQ was very low. I'd never played the game, especially at the collegiate level. 1 year high school 9-man, and then to University 1. So that was really kind of it. So it was really learning the game and perseverance, making the right decisions. There was a point in my 3rd year here, I was going to quit. I wasn't playing, and I'd redshirted. I hadn't played. I was just practicing. I never traveled till my 4th year on the team, and I was gonna quit. I called my mother, like, "I'm quitting football." She was like, "You're not gonna quit football." So she didn't let me quit. So I came back, and then that 4th year, I was my first year. There was I had an opportunity to be the starter. I started that first year. I was all Canadian,
the following year, my 5th season, I was all Canadian as well.
And you won the Metros Trophy.
I won the JP Metros and had the opportunity to play in the East-West Shrine Game, and we had some NFL scouts interested, and that was just mind-boggling, and kind of things just go from there. There was a scout, checking out a player with the Bombers, and he ended up coming to the Butler to watch some of my film, and I remember Coach Dobie calling me. I was sitting on the rock, and he called me like, "There's an NFL scout in my office." So I came down here, and his name was Yogi Jones. He shook my hand. He said, "Hey, Mr. Donage, I think you could play in the NFL, young man." And I was like, "All right, sure, okay." And it's been an incredible 10 years.
You started out with Cleveland, hurt your ankle.
Right.
Did you think it might be over then and you're in the CFL?
I didn't, it wasn't about thinking it was over. It was just, for me at that point, it was disappointment. Fractured my ankle. It was, all the pressure of, being the first Manitoban in the NFL. So literally I went back to Brandon. I didn't do anything. I was in hiding. Like, I didn't want to see it. And everybody I saw, like, "What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be, aren't you in camp? What happened with the NFL?" So I didn't do anything. And, I remember my mother coming to me and saying, like, "An opportunity is going to come. And if you are just here in your room, in the house, not doing anything, you're going to miss out on that opportunity." So I got up, I started training, really focusing on my rehab and trying to focus to get everything ready. And the Bears called, and they signed me to a 1-week contract. I flew out to Chicago on that 1 week. At the end of the contract, they extended me to the end of the season, and they sent me to NFL Europe. I played for the Berlin Thunder. I lived in Germany for 4 months, and we won a World Bowl championship. Yeah. And then I came back to Chicago the following year and made the 53-man roster.
You've been with the Bears now, 9 years?
Just finished my 10th season.
Finished the 10th. Where's the 11th going to take you?
The 11th, we're still working out on where I'm going to be. We will play football, this year in the NFL on a team. We're just not sure what that is. So we have a couple options we're ironing out, and just the free agent process is one of patience. So I'm a patient man. There's no rush. I have a lot of great things going on. So the main thing is just training, working out, making sure that I'm ready for when I get that call, jump in and help a club, get on the road for a championship.
Before we go, the message you're going to send to the kids today.
Today's message is very simple. Just that we care about them, and that the community, not just myself, but the support staff that puts this camp on every year, the volunteers, the supporters, we care about their well-being and their futures, and that all we need for them to do is focus on today, giving everything they have, working hard on the football field, and having fun. Big picture, education, put the time in the classroom right now so they can go on forward and really do whatever else that they want to do. Their options for success is limitless. So that's the message, and we're going to take some of them down. They're going to get a special tour a little bit towards the end of the day, and just an opportunity to connect with the kids.
Outstanding stuff.
Thanks,
Izzy. Israel Adonijah from Brandon, Manitoba in the National Football League. It's our interview on the Huddle, and we'll go back to the studio.
These are the faces you want to meet. These are the friends you live for. These are the times when we reminisce and we get together and we do our best. Let's live the good times now. 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 We live for tomorrow, we live for today.
Live right. Learn how.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Huddle. I have the largest group ever assembled here at the Huddle. And it's the first time in the show's history that we have started a segment with the entire team. This is everybody, right?
Yeah.
This will be our summer segment here on the Huddle. It is going to be called Winnipeg Blue Bombers Flag Football. And head coach Marnie Danziger is with us.
Hello.
Having any fun with these kids?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, I'll tell you. We've had a lot of laughs.
Tell us a little bit about the background of the team, because you've just finished your second season in the Manitoba Flag Football League, and you did pretty well, and you played against guys a lot.
Yes, we did. I think that's the part that they like the best, actually. So last year was our first year.
This is the 13-year-old kids, right?
These are the 13-year-old girls, yeah. So last year we had 9 girls. We have 1 new girl this year. Last year was an interesting year because I don't think anybody had ever picked up a football in their life. And they didn't know any of the terminology. They didn't know which way to run. They didn't even know what the object of of the game was. So I think we won one game last year, which was so exciting for the girls. And
It sounds like you won based on pure enthusiasm and nothing else.
I think so, yeah. I think we intimidated them with our screams sometimes. But this year, I think we won 3 or 4 games, so we are definitely improving. We are now strategizing. The girls are...
I like that. Strategizing.
Yes,
game planning?
They are making up their own moves, but I think the most fun part of the plays is their naming conventions that they come up with. We have things like the peacock and the splits and fishing, so we can...
Well, you got to have your own plays.
Yes, we do.
You can't let anybody else know what they are.
And they have designed many of them themselves, so they are fantastic. They have so much fun.
Okay, we're going to call the roll. Caitlin is at the end, right? Caitlin Papanohai. Then Mira, I'll get that right, Mira House. And then I have Julia Eggert.
Yep.
And then I have my good friend Tessa.
Hello.
That's Tessa Marcon. And then behind her is Ashlyn,
Hi.
Ashlyn Carrier. And then your daughter,
Yes.
Sarah Danziger. And then Sarah's good buddy, Caitlin Rubini. And then way at the back, we have Aaron Lacoste. And then we have Callie Phillip is back there too. And then right beside me is Megan Crawford. So that's the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, everybody. And they're a flag football team, and they have something special for today's show. Because we're going to meet them all individually as the summer goes along. But first, the best way to get to know them is to listen to their cheer. Okay. So it's time now for a little cheerleading. I'll count down 3, 2, 1, and then you guys can go. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1.
3 cheers for the other team. Hip hip hooray, hooray, hooray. Cheer for us. Cheer. 1 for the rest. 1.
1. I agree. 1 cheer for the ref. You guys are great, and you're all going to come back, and we're going to talk to you in groups as the summer goes along. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
That's Marnie Danziger, the head coach of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and this is our summer segment. It's Winnipeg Blue Bombers flag football, and we'll be back with the Huddle, community created on Shaw TV.
I'm Teague Sherman of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. You're watching The Huddle on Shaw TV.
Scott Taylor back with Rifles Weekly here on The Huddle. And the coolest guy we've yet to have on this program is Tristan O'Meara.
Nice to be here.
You're from Victoria,
yeah,
but you lived the last 3 years in Thompson.
Yeah.
Must have been a bit of a shock to get to Thompson and not have football.
It's definitely a change, yeah.
So tell us about your background. You came from Victoria to Manitoba. Tell us when you started, why you started, and how you ended up in Thompson.
Well, I started in grade 6 playing football, Adam, first year. I liked the sport, always had a passion for it, so I played there for about until grade 9, and then the summer of grade 9 I moved to Thompson, and just recently, actually, last year, we've got the football program has
started.
Yeah, has started in Thompson.
So just when it starts, you come to Winnipeg.
Yeah, just when it starts, but still, I think better opportunities in Winnipeg playing with the Rifles.
Absolutely. So tell us about how you came to the Rifles.
How I came to the Rifles? Well, one of my coaches in Thompson, Curtis Stoltz,
sure.
he kind of got me.
You kind of played with Ryan, didn't you?
Yeah, he played with most of the coaches here. Yeah, and he kind of got me into the program, and he's introduced me to a lot of the coaches.
So what are you doing in Winnipeg other than just playing football?
I'll probably be going to school here, yeah.
Have you decided where?
Probably U of M, yeah.
Taking
business, probably.
And mustache growing.
Yeah,
I like the look.
Gotta keep it real.
The look is pretty cool.
Thank you.
When you started playing, you were a quarterback.
Yeah, when I started, I played running back, and then I kind of started playing quarterback. I've kind of played many different positions.
And now you're going to play in the defensive backfield.
Yeah, defensive backfield. Looking forward to it.
You like the hitting part of the game?
Yeah.
Because you're not very big. I mean, let's be honest.
Well,
what do you tip the scales at?
Like how much I weigh?
Yeah.
170.
No,
but
you don't.
Yeah, it's solid under here, but.
I was going to say not a pound over 165.
Not a pound over 165. I don't know, give or take 5 pounds.
It doesn't matter. All you have to do is hit people.
Yeah, when you're knocking people down,
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Tristan O'Meara, thank you very much.
Yeah,
and you are the coolest guy we've had in this show.
Thanks for having me.
Tristan's from Thompson, originally Victoria, now a member of the Winnipeg Rifles. This has been Rifles Weekly, and this is The Huddle. It's community created on Shaw TV. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Scott Taylor, Patty Echo Davis with a brand new knee brace.
Yeah.
Women's tackle football has grown exponentially in this province over the last 3 or 4 years. But like any tackle football situation, it is often a dangerous game.
Yes.
And you found yourself injured in the final game of the season. Tell us the story.
I started off playing defensive back. I love it. And then our player went down, Melanie Asen, so I took over her for like.
So she got hurt too?
Yeah. She was out for the season.
What did she do?
She went down hard and hurt her neck a little bit. So she's doing good. She's all right and everything. And I stepped into her place and became running back. So.
Did you like running back?
It's a lot of fun. Like going from a corner to being in every play and having the ball at every chance. It's fast paced.
Yeah, it was fun. But it also meant you got hit.
That was something new too.
So tell us, did you have to be carried off the field, or did you go right back in and play again like Gregory Campbell of the Bruins playing on his broken leg?
I got carried off the field. Pretty heavy.
So it was a pretty serious hit.
Yeah, I went down. I was running left and I cut back right and cut into a whole bunch of traffic. Don't really know what happened. All I know is I went down, heard bones, and yeah.
So the big question is, are you going to be able to get this operated on so you can play next season?
I hope so. I want to see if I could get into the operating table in October at most, because it takes 6 months for it to heal up and stuff. So I'm going to see Dr. Longstaff. So I'm going through legacy and stuff. I see him July 21st. So
tell us about the season. It wasn't the greatest season that Fearless has had, but you had fun, obviously.
Oh, I had tons of fun. Lots of girls. We just keep building every year.
Yeah.
And once our girls stick together and we have such a great bond that we'll all just come back next year and do the same thing again and
I was going to say, you recommend this for any woman who just wants to have a good time and hang around with great people.
Definitely, definitely. You make lifelong friendships out of it too, so I met a lot of girls through it and still a lot of friends.
The sad part about that is you're not going to get the opportunity to play for Team Canada this time.
No, but I am cheering on all the girls that are going, so I am extremely happy for all the girls who made it from Winnipeg and from Fearless, from Nomads, and hope that they all get to see the field and they all go out there and shine and show what Winnipeg has as talent. So,
despite the injury, would you play running back again?
Hells yeah. It's a lot of fun.
It's better than defense, isn't it?
Everybody says it's better to be, are you the hammer or the nail? The first hit I got, I was the nail, and I was like, this is not happening. So I'm going to truck through a whole bunch of girls next year, hopefully.
Stick your head down and be the hammer.
Exactly.
Congratulations on your season, and sorry about the injury, but you'll be back next year.
CTI brace, and I'm good to go. So.
It's a great thing about football, isn't it? You're always good to go. Patty Echo Davis from the Manitoba Fearless, and unfortunately not Team Canada this time, but next year.
2017.
2017.
Yeah.
We'll be back. We got lots more. This is The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV. What a terrific show, The Huddle. This week, Izzy Adonijah, he was outstanding.
Oh, outstanding. What a man. What just a great human being.
And comes back and does that camp for the underserved community.
But
I like the way he puts it.
But that comes back from his background, and his experiences and where he's come from, and what opportunities football gave to him. It's a pleasure to see something like that.
Yeah, and the guys did a great job from the University of Manitoba Bisons.
Absolutely.
And we're going to talk in a couple of weeks with Evan Gill, who was part of that camp. Aren't the girls great?
Oh, fantastic. So much fun. I'm looking forward to more segments with them. This was great.
Yeah, they were terrific. The Rifles were here. Good to see them. And they're going to have a great year. That's going to be a really improved team under Ryan Carhart. I'm looking forward to it. And, of course, Rick Hankowicz. That was very, very interesting stuff on that Investors Group field. I had no idea. It was 72 hours turnover.
Yeah, they're painting the fields. John and I were there, last week looking at that, and it takes a long time to paint that field. It takes 2 to 3 days.
Interesting stuff. Next week we got lots more. Ron East, thank you very much for being my co-host. We'll have Rebecca Horan joining us next week. This is The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
The Huddle is brought to you by Canadians Destination Centre Fort Garry, Tavern United Fort Garry, a new World Sports Cup. Watch your favorite games on 2 brand new 70-inch monitors on our patio located at 1824 Pembina Highway in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
The opinions expressed on the program you have just watched are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of this station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.